Colleagues, I'm saddened but honored to rise in remembrance of Kathy Lynch. I knew her as a young man. In those days, I think when I first met Kathy, it was in the 1970s. She was active with the California Trucking Association. Long ago, CHP officer Alva Cooper, as he was known, representing the interests of truckers in California. And I think when I think of Catherine, I remember just her character. 1970s, there were actually not that many women advocates. So she was definitely someone who came here and broke the glass ceiling with just a handful of other women lobbyists trying to be effective, ardent advocates for their issues. She was what I would call sort of and pardon me, journeyman, a journey person. She knew the business of advocacy. She would meet with members, explain her position, listen to them, do her homework, and provide feedback if there was issues raised. She met with staff. She was an ardent advocate in committees. She took nothing for granted. And she had such a wide array of clients over her years. I remember her with the Trucking Association. I remember her early on with the Timber Association because the publisher of the San Mateo Times had some mountains that he wanted to get a timber plan going for. He was running the problems on the law, and Lou Papin worked on that. And she was involved in that conversation, trying to work on timber issues. She was always active with the American Pest Management Association, American Forest and Paper Association, the American Wood Council, Waste Haulers Council, Golden State Bail Association, which she has maintained a long history of representation for, Off-Road Vehicle Association. The outstanding thing about Catherine Lynch was she was this persistent, determined advocate. And I think that had to do with the fact that she started, and women will understand this, that when you go into a male-dominated profession, you feel, the expression is you got to do everything the men do, and in high heels sort of thing, you have to excel at a higher level. You need to establish your bona fides in kind of the club network of this capital. And she did that. She was very determined and consequently enjoyed a long career and the esteem of her colleagues for the way she approached her clients. And this means, you listen to the list of her clients, you realize with Catherine Lynch, the doors of the state capitol were never closed to any of her clients. She found a way to persist, to bring their issues forward, to articulate them, and to allow deliberation in the two houses to proceed on an informed basis whenever her clients' interests were at risk. So it's just an honor today to think about her, to think of my long career with her, to just think about the energy that she brought to it, the integrity she brought, the persistence, to make the process better. And I ask we adjourn in her treasured memory.